The guy's picked up a few heavy things in his life and put them down. Yeah, true story. How cold is it in Toronto this morning? Minus 30 here this morning as I wake up here in Winnipeg, Canada.
I didn't have my shoulder warmed up all the way. And when I got in there, I could just feel I gave myself like a little, basically like a bicep tendon insertion. I could just feel it pull a little bit like, ooh, I better warm up a little better. Jesus Christ, you're talking about taking a fucking few 100-pound machine hurling through the air,
Yes.
40 to 60 feet, and you're having a hard time lifting your hand over your head. Maybe you should just stay home.
I have a hard time validating a monthly car payment or a vehicle paid for sitting in the yard that is aggressively depreciating every day.
Sometimes people make a bunch of dough and they don't actually enjoy it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yes, 100.
Yeah, my uncle probably died with close to $100 million. He got a tumor in his brain, and I would have liked to see him live, use the fruits of his labor. Each vehicle has a purpose. That's how I justify it.
I'm enjoying the simple things these days. I just want to go and hang out with my wife, go for a walk, go for dinner, make some food in the kitchen. We have these expensive vehicles sitting in the garage, and then the Panamera doesn't start. And you're like, oh, all right, here's the Visa. Yeah, it's $5,000 later. Ah, fuck, I wish I didn't go out to pretend it didn't start because I'm just dropped a bunch of K that I wasn't expecting on dropping today.
It's funny enough.
Yeah.
That fucking car is just so comfortable on road. It's just, you don't even know you're driving, but it actually gets, not that's the reason, but it actually gets really good fucking gas mileage.
Research has come out and a doctor has come out, an anal surgeon has come out, Johnny, and has said, we need to stop doing one thing immediately, men. We need to stop wiping our ass. Men, never use wet wipes to clean your butthole. You need to use the bidet or go to the shower.
It's like a TV controller for your asshole.
This is just life, man. We're talking about normal life. We're talking about things that happen to us. And that's just what we're talking about. So if you don't like it, then go somewhere else.
When you're surrounded by the right shit, you end up with the right shit.
Bluntness without awareness, it's not honesty. Get after it. Be curious, be kind, be intentional, offer some empathy, and watch the magic happen with your partners, with your friends, with your family, with all your relationships. Guys, I hate lotion. My skincare routine, boys, is water.
Sure.
I literally just water, soap and water, and that's it. It's the most simple skincare routine.
In soap, fragrances in soap and fragrances in laundry. This is like some of the most toxic shit we're
I
figuring
know.
out.
If you waste 5 minutes a day for the whole year, you're going to be a day and a half behind the guy that didn't moisturize.
I don't use the pump system. If I have to squeeze it in my hand, I always end up with a little too much, a little too little, and then I got to sit there and fucking wait.
You're literally taking that coconut oil, putting your hand in it, and rubbing it on your body, right? That's literally what you're doing. What you're saying.
If you're trying to come up with a plan for your business or finances, go for a walk. So think about your workout as, you're bettering yourself physically, but think about it as a way to get over that obstacle or that challenge in your life. And it'll be a regular thing.
You just get on the tread and start walking.
It's crazy. Like it's insane. Yep.
Momentum, right? And then when you get the momentum, the brain gets going. If you want to go to Africa, connect with me. We'll get you connected with Thomas. He is the man when it comes to guiding. Let's get to the big topic here, Johnny. We're going to get into a conversation about the missing ingredient for lasting relationships. Divorce, it's not just paperwork. It's identity shattering, factually. It's losing a future you thought was guaranteed. It's guilt, relief, loneliness, and the occasional what just happened moment. Divorce, it's not failure. Something wasn't working. Now, like we talk about here on the show, is a chance to rebuild. It's a chance to learn something, or frankly, you're going to repeat it. Empathy, communication, you got to do the work. Your identity isn't your relationship status, just like your job isn't. Who you were then isn't who you have to be next.
I think that the foundation is communication. So you remove that and everything else will unravel. It's like the missing ingredient.
People who ask more questions, Johnny, particularly follow-up questions, are better liked by their conversation partners.
As long as you're asking questions, that person will continue to talk and you're off the hot seat.
The key is to avoid the natural temptation to toss in your own thoughts, feelings, opinions, information, other related miscellany. It's so tempting that there's a term for it. It's called a boomerang question. You have to put up with the bullfight. Yes, if you want people in your life, you have to compromise.
When life is kicking my ass, I take a deep breath and ask myself a question. Am I a gardener in a war, or am I a warrior in a garden? It's a mental position. Are you a gardener in a war, or are you a warrior in a garden? Rock and roll.
The missing ingredient for lasting relationships is a relentless commitment to communicating.
And the longer we're with people, we feel that we know each other. And so we tend to make a few more assumptions. And then all of a sudden, it's just this accumulation of these little things that just add up. If we're ever sitting in a situation and we feel that we have an opportunity to remove an assumption, we should take it, no matter how small and trivial it is.
You can't get me moving over that way and expect that I'm going to end up on the bullseye. You got to tell me where that bullseye is, and I'll get there every time. What's that old saying? Make an assumption makes an ass out of me and you. Nobody wins with an assumption. I realize I don't need to be right. I just need to get what I want. I'm happy to be wrong if I'm getting what I want. Please show me that I'm wrong and give me what I want.
We get there with communicating in our own vulnerable way, right?
Yes.
And just being open and honest and communicating what we want. We also have to be able to show empathy to the other person. I don't want to be married to myself. I love that she's her own individual person with her own thoughts and feelings and way of seeing the world, control the things that I can control on my side. And if I do that, we got a great chance of positive outcomes.
When we can keep a tight grip on that, if we can not react and respond, basically fights become disagreements. And it's okay to have disagreements.
Right.
Nobody likes anything that challenges your ego. And when we're in a fight with our partner, what's happening is our ego is being questioned, right? An anal surgeon has come out to say that toilet paper is wrecking our buttholes, gentlemen, and highly encouraging us to use the bidet. If we empty the clip with the opposite hand, it's like somebody else is doing it for us. It's just a whole different pleasure experience. Learn how to be a switch hitter. Learn how to be ambidextrous. Learn how to complete the task with the other hand. We shouldn't be wiping the ass. We should be using the bidet. We had an anal doctor drop some news this morning that men should be using bidets because toilet paper is wrecking our buttholes, man. The way we do one thing is the way we do everything.
That's it.
Can he really land rockets back on Earth? Can he really do that?
Yes.
Check. Over time, I'm like, okay, well, you can't tell Elon. Like, everything to the nth degree of anxiety, of the triple threat of neurotic, I call it, is skeptic, pessimist, and cynic. That's the cocktail of when that intelligence...
Instead of the or, right? It's accepting that, oh, you mean I can have and instead of...
What happens when you bring it all together? When you're not just the body, when you see the mind distinct from the body, and the higher aspects of yourself are allowed to play, it is the first challenger to survival of the fittest.
Humans aren't ready to wrap their head around that concept. And that to me is the biggest thing, right? There's guys like you and I that are curious, that have brains that are out there. The guys like Elon, like our brains are way out there. We're not going to Mars. No, we are going to Mars. Neuralink is creating humans to process bits of information faster than what a normal human can process information, right? So we are computers. My goal here is to continue wiping that aside and providing an alternative conversation space where we can talk about sensitive souls like Robert. That to me is real masculinity. Success is measured by boredom. It's all about communication, guys.